Well, tonight we're learning more about what comes next for the family of Tyree Nichols, the man who was pulled over by police for a routine traffic stop but ended up in the hospital in critical condition and died 3 days later. The family's attorney, Crump, says he and the family are scheduled to meet with the Memphis Police Department on Monday to watch video of the incident. Then later that day, they're expected to speak publicly about what they witnessed, what they saw. And also Tuesday morning, the family hopes to release the findings of an independent autopsy. The 5 officers there on your screen were fired for their involvement in the traffic stop. MPD saying its investigation found they violated policy by using excessive force during that arrest and did nothing to intervene and help Nichols at the time. Crump sat down with ABC to discuss the case and the 2 open investigations, one by the TBI, the other a civil rights investigation by the Department of Justice.
What it tells us is that it's not whether the police were black and white, how they engage the person who's been brutalized. It seems to be whether the victim is black or white, how the police is going to engage that citizen, whether it's a black police officer or a white police officer.
And with the identities of the officers involved in that traffic stop now public, many are wondering what a civil rights investigation would actually look like in this case. Our Stephen Reels joins us here in the studio. Stephen, what are Memphis lawyers saying about all this?
Well, Rebecca, in similar past cases, the officers involved were white. However, every single officer fired from MPD yesterday are African American. Van Turner, the president of the NAACP Memphis branch, says that while we may not see any racial discrimination, this is still a civil rights issue. He says this is an abuse of power and an abuse of discretion and falls under United States Section Code 1983, where the officers involved were acting under the color of law or using excessive force beyond what the law allows them to do.
As a law enforcement person or as a government official, you're given certain privileges, but when you exceed those privileges, you go outside of those privileges, then you are at fault and you are perhaps liable for the act that was conducted.
Turner says the case will likely proceed as both a civil rights and criminal case. Shelby County District Attorney Steve Mulroy will conduct his own investigation and will then present his findings to a grand jury who will then make a decision on the charges. In the past, the family of Tyree Nichols have said they want first-degree murder charges filed against the officers. We'll have more developments which are expected at the press conference they're holding on Monday. And of course, we'll keep you updated on air and online. Rebecca?
All right, thanks, Stephen. Well, while we wait for the results of the DOJ and also TBI investigations, there's still a lot of information we are still waiting to learn. For example, MPD has not given any details about the actual arrest or what led to Nichols being fatally injured, nor have they said if more officers might be disciplined. There's also that video still to be made public of cops arresting Nichols. Those who have seen it say it's hard to watch and it could be released as soon as Monday. And we're still waiting to see if there's anything from those 2 other investigations we mentioned, which are now underway, again, by the TBI and Department of Justice. Now, what we do know is we'll, of course, be following any and all developments regarding the story closely for you. That's on air as well as online and on our ABC 24 app.